Thank you, Philip, and good to see everybody here. On behalf of Highline Cruises, I want to thank you for coming here today to this historic press event announcing our decision to partner with Cape Wind in establishing the Cape Wind Eco Tour and Visitor Center at Highline Cruises in Hyannis, Massachusetts. 50 years ago, upon the election of President Kennedy, Highline took the opportunity to start sightseeing cruises to the Kennedy compound, and Highline Cruises as a company was born. Highline has since become one of the largest employers in the town of Barnstable. We view today's announcement of Highline's plans to establish a world-class Eco Tour and Visitor Center at Highline as an equally significant and exciting opportunity for the following reasons. 1, for the future growth of our company. 2, the continued revitalization of the Hyannis economy as the hub and gateway of Cape Cod and the islands. 3, the stimulation of the entire Cape and Islands regional tourist-based community. It is important to point out that from the time of the announcement of the Cape Wind project, Highline knew that our company could have an opportunity to establish an eco-tour business as a result of the project. But we did have concerns about navigational issues and public safety relative to our passenger ferry operations. We expressed those concerns as an active stakeholder throughout the permitting process to Cape Wind, the Coast Guard, and the other regulatory agencies. In discussions over the past year, we have become confident that all of our navigational and public safety concerns could and would be met and mitigated by Cape Wind and the United States Coast Guard. This led us to further discussions with Cape Wind about the potential of the eco-tour industry on Cape Cod and the islands. Ecotourism is one of the fastest growing segments of the tourist industry globally, and we're confident that there will be tremendous economic development and job creation in the local community through this project. As a result of this fact, we explored the best way for our company, the Hyannis economy, and the Cape and Islands tourist-based economy to benefit from this project. These efforts resulted in the decision of Highline to partner with Cape Wind as the exclusive, officially sanctioned and authorized eco-tour operator for the first offshore wind farm in the United States. We are excited about partnering with Cape Wind to establish a world-class facility here in Hyannis. We envision this world-class tourist attraction, the Cape Wind Eco Tour and Visitor Center at Highline Cruises, to consist of the following. 1, Highline Eco Tour sightseeing cruises. We will attempt to use green hybrid vessels, possibly built right here in Massachusetts, with narrated cruises by experts, college students, and others who are knowledgeable about the Cape Wind Farm, the environment, and the history of energy. These narrated cruises will include information on the historic windmills of Cape Cod, whale oil in Nantucket, Martha's Vineyard, and New Bedford, the use of fossil fuels, and the transition of Cape Cod and our nation to a clean energy economy and future through the Cape Wind project. 2, green shuttle buses. Highline is working closely with the Cape Cod Regional Transit Authority and others to tie into the intermodal transportation system to service our site. We also plan to supplement our existing on-site parking with green shuttle buses servicing an off-site parking lot at the CCRTA. 3, Visitor Educational Center. The Visitor Center will educate visitors of all ages, from school children to tourists and bus tours, about the history of the Cape Wind project and energy usage on Cape Cod, the United States, and the world. Specific emphasis will be placed on the history of energy on Cape Cod and the islands, ranging from the historic windmills to whale oil in Nantucket and the islands, to fossil fuels, and the transition of Cape Cod and the nation to a clean energy economy through the Cape Wind project. Highline and Cape Wind look forward to working with Cape Cod Community College to develop a curriculum of credit and non-credit courses that can be used to educate and train students and others in our community so they can obtain jobs both on the Eco Tour cruises and at the Visitor Center. It has been 50 years since Highline began our business in the passenger ferry industry. We look forward to replicating our success with the creation of the Cape Wind Eco Tour and Visitor Center at Highline Cruises. We are confident that this project will promote the continued growth of our company and stimulate economic development and jobs growth and creation in Hyannis, Cape Cod, the islands, and Massachusetts tourist-based economy. The creation of this world-class tourist attraction will provide yet another great reason for people from all over Massachusetts, New England, the United States, and the world to visit the Cape and Islands. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Jim Gordon, and I'm president of Cape Wind, and I'm delighted to be here to announce our partnership with Highline Cruises and the Scudder family. It is a real thrill for us to be involved with a family that are business leaders, civically engaged, and have done a lot in powering the economy of this region. Now, David talked about the world-class tourism attraction that Cape Wind will produce, and it will. But it's more than just about drawing local citizens, people from Massachusetts, the nation, and around the globe to the wind farm. This will stand as a testament to how the people on Cape Cod and Massachusetts harness the wind to protect and preserve our environment, revitalize our economy, and help to create a healthier, more secure, and prosperous future. It will be an awe-inspiring experience to go into the wind farm and see man working with nature as opposed to against nature. But this will also reflect the ocean-based scientific community in Falmouth and New Bedford and around Cape Cod. It will reflect the engineers and the designers that helped create the first offshore wind farm in America, and how we've inspired other coastal communities across the United States to try to build their own wind farms as well. Every emphasis, as David pointed out, will be to create an experience that is sustainable. Not only the hybrid vessels, the green shuttle buses, but also a LEED certified visitor center. A visitor center that will also help drive tourists to other parts of Cape Cod. There will be interactive kiosks that will talk about how we used whale oil and help to lubricate machinery and light the lamps of the world right here on Cape Cod. It will also encourage people to learn more about it. Visit the Whaling Museum in Nantucket. Go to the old whaling church in Edgartown. This is our vision for this partnership. This is an important signal heralding the fact that this is a project that is really going to bring significant benefits to Cape Cod in ways beyond the green energy, in ways that are getting people to think about their energy choices. And believe me, over the last year, as we watched the incident in the Gulf Coast, as we watched the incident in the Big Branch mine in West Virginia, as we are now riveted to our television sets, looking across the Pacific in Fukushima, Japan. This is an experience that will get people to think about our energy choices, and more importantly, it will bring more visitors to the Cape and Islands to see how we helped lead the energy revolution in this nation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. As the last few days, weeks, and months have dramatically underscored the need for domestic energy and the need for renewable energy in this country is great. And while that's important, the number one issue confronting our country right now is jobs. And this is an opportunity to create new jobs. It's an opportunity right here in this region to expand jobs with the spin-off effects that will occur. I want to thank and congratulate the Scudder family and Highline and Jim Gordon and Cape Wind for their entrepreneurship and their ingenuity in dealing with this. And I want to just comment on the fact that I think this could be a tremendous opportunity for our region in creation of jobs and helping our local economy. You know, if you look at this wonderful venue of Cape Cod, so rich in natural resources, so rich in its history, and so rich in its cultural and arts resources, that you realize the fact that this is already a tremendous tourist venue. It's already the focal point of the regional economy, not just in our region, not just in my district, but in the state. And you realize the opportunities that can spin off from this, and I think they're extraordinary, both at the local and regional area. Number one, if you look at Hyannis, which is truly a hub for the Cape, truly a gateway to the islands, it's a terrific location for this to occur in and build upon. I envision the ability commercially at the local level to have this serve as a platform where we can extend a lot of tourism beyond right here at the oceanfront, but further up in the community as well. I also realize from a tourist standpoint that this has the opportunity to expand the season even more, which will help local commerce greatly, I believe. It also, when you look at tourism, underscores another area. And these are issues I've dealt with for years in the greater Boston area, and I learned very strongly by looking at what happened there and how much revenues can be brought to the local level with such changes. If you can extend tourist stay another day even, you realize the enormous impact that has on the economy and on all the commercial establishments in this area. One additional stay can increase enormously those revenues, can produce more jobs, can make it more profitable for existing and expanding industries right here in this area. And this will do that. In fact, the opportunity that the people who already come here or are attracted here can say, I am going to extend this because I want to take part in the ecotourism that exists here. It'll be another gateway to a lot of the other arts and cultural advantages we have here, the history that is here in this area. I think it's extremely exciting. So what we have here is, I believe, more jobs spinning off from Highline, more jobs spinning off from Cape Wind, and they're coming together here. But I also believe there'll be another spin-off effect that's going to revitalize and help our area as well. And I do say this in conclusion. I think that this is just the beginning. I think that you'll see other spin-off effects in other areas as a result of the efforts of these two businesses in the first place and the efforts of their coming together that'll occur in the future. And I'm excited to be a part of that as well. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bill. Good morning. Thank you for inviting me. We've had a long history, Jim and I, discussing this project. And as some of you know, this has been an interesting journey for me personally as well. Having been opposed to the project initially, going to Denmark, doing a lot of homework on it, trying to understand to the degree that I could the environmental issues that were involved, understanding that there is a balance in everything in life, as Jim pointed out. We are paying dearly for the way we produce energy today, and really needing to find alternatives and needing to forge a different future. I appreciate the entrepreneurial spirit with which this merger is coming together. But I think the fact that the public sector folks here outnumber the private sector folks here like 2 to 1 really sort of highlights what our challenge is here. And the challenge is that, yes, this is a good business opportunity, but this is also an opportunity for those of us in the public sector to make sure that we look at how we do energy. Responsible, sustainable consumption, production, and distribution of energy, and understand what private-public partnership really means in this context. And what it means is we have a responsibility in the public sector, working with everybody, to determine and define what we want our energy future to look like, what has been wrong with how we've done it so far, and what can be so right about the way we do it in the future. And instead of being reactive, Jim, you proposed this project 11 years ago now? 10. And we in the public sector have been reacting, and it has been a back and forth. I think this is an opportunity in the public sector for us to define a goal and last year or so I've been talking about that being a 15-year goal of responsible, sustainable energy neutrality in this region, which means we produce as much here as we use, which first and foremost starts with conservation and efficiency, reducing the amount that we use, and then having a sustainable, renewable plan that can be a beacon around the world. One of the neat things about this region that we live in is it's an opportunity for us to demonstrate, to educate the rest of the country and the rest of the world about how a region with a vision can seize an opportunity and lead the way. And I really appreciate that aspect of this. I think if we're going to do this right, we need to be open to show the world how it can be done right. But in the future, I also encourage and challenge those of us who are in the public sector now to make sure that the private sector is playing according to what we define as our vision for the future, not allowing that to be defined for us from the private sector. So I welcome the partnership. I have a lot of respect for, in another life, I think we've actually competed against each other. A little bit. And certainly, Jim, your tenacity and persistence and leadership through this process has been absolutely remarkable. So thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity to be here today.